I thought I would try and do a playthrough of the game Shivers with a bit of commentary. Now, this game has had a special place in my heart for a long time, ever since I first got it. And in turn, it also helped motivate my decision for keeping hold of my old computer as long as I had. Just a little quick backstory. The game came out in the mid-90s, probably around 1995, 1996. A point-and-click in the same style as Myst, and it does rely heavily on puzzles. And it also plays a little bit like a horror movie. A little bit. And it all revolves around the museum of Professor Hubert Windelnut. And get right into it. I think this first part, what I'm going to do is just get to the underground lake, or maybe even into just up to the office. So we'll start a new game here.
Perhaps you would like to enter your name in the museum guest book.
Of course, I'd like to enter my name into the museum guest book. Yeah, I'm gonna write a game. I already started one. And of course, it starts off with everybody's favorite thing, a dare.
This dare was kind of your idea, you know. But I'm glad I'm me out here and not you in there.
I think I've heard those same loving words before. Like the time you guys dared me to spend the night at that cemetery. You know, if you die in the museum tonight, I'll make sure she gives a eulogy at your funeral. We never would have made you spend the night here if you hadn't have talked about this place so much.
Yeah, we thought you'd been kind of, well, obsessed, thinking you hearing voices and stuff coming from the museum and all. Too weird for me.
Hey, you know, maybe they're the voices of those kids who disappeared 15 years ago.
Right, the police never found the bodies. Or the killer.
Yeah, and my sister, you know, Julie, the one in college, says Professor Windelnut went insane. He viciously murdered them and then buried their bodies in the basement of the museum. Well, what if he's hiding in that creepy museum right now, just waiting for another victim?
Yeah, and the ghost of his victims are calling out, warning you.
Ring, ring. Hello? I think it's for you.
That was just a dog howling.
There was something more than that.
Well, I didn't hear anything. I think this place is just getting us all spooked.
Are you sure you want to go through with this? You could back out at any time.
But of course, if you did, you'd probably never live down the chicken jokes.
That's true.
You'll be all right. Come on, I don't want to be late for the movie. We'll be back at dawn to let you out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Later.
Peace.
Aren't they just a nice group of friends? Well, before we go any farther, let me just explain some of the things you see on the screen right here. Of course, down here, this is your sort of your defeated Exupi bar. And I'll explain the Exupi more a little later. Anything you grab will show up right here. You can look at it through here, and of course you have your options. And I'm going to make sure the text is on. Yes, this is one of the many Sierra games that still kept a score. And the scoring system's a little bit confusing. You get points for every puzzle you solve, you get points for every plaque you read, points for every button you push, and you lose points for every Exupi who attacks you. And one attack is unavoidable. Nice. Alright, at the gate here. And, of course, your ever fun full chain mailbox. It just dares you to take that letter, so we'll take it. And this was mailed in September of 1984. The game is set in the mid-90s. Still Hubert Windlenut, Museum of the Strange and Unusual, Route 57, Mount Pleasant. Believe it or not, I see an O there, which tells me that this was either in Ohio or Oklahoma or Oregon. Oregon's always a possibility. I did a little research a couple years ago, and there is a Mount Pleasant in Ohio, and I believe it's not too far from Route 57. Okay. Of course, letter is from the lawyer, family lawyer. Stating that they had been in the Windlenot's employment for 256 years. That's a long law firm. Let's see. The eldest son of the firm will be taking over. And apparently they know the professor's son, Jeffrey. That's an important name. We will learn it later. Okay, so we'll close the letter up now. And 29, very important. You'll see why in a few moments. And of course the letter's on the floor, or on the ground. Now, Professor Windle Nut. So you got some of the teenagers and the locals vandalizing the place. You can already see graffiti on the walls, so we'll go up. One hell of a long walkway. Not very handicap friendly. And we go all the way up. More vandalization. Take note of this. Comes in handy later. And let's hit the button.
Welcome to Professor Windlenot's Museum of the Strange and Unusual. Unfortunately, the museum is still preparing exhibits and hopes you will visit when we open sometime in the near future.
Thank you, Rod Serling. Or possibly a Rod Serling sound-alike. Depending on when it was recorded. It could have been recorded after the man's passing. I forget when he passed away. I was only a kid then, if I was even alive when he passed away. As you can tell from here, we're very high up. When we get back down there, we'll take a good look at the place from something I discovered only in recent years. And here we have another view of that vase. We passed this vase earlier, and again, something important there. Now we're going back over here. And if you look at this place, look at how it's set up. It looks like the feet of the Sphinx. And if you look up, that is an impressive view. Very impressive. You can see certain aspects of the place too, including a greenhouse area. There's a reason for that too. Okay, so we'll walk along the grounds. There's some museums that have artwork on the outside. And this is one of those. It's a nice little piece. I wish I knew if it was an actual existence. There's another symbol in green. Yeah, call you all you want, bird. It's not gonna spook me. Which either shows I've played this how many times, or... And here's another symbol. And here's our bench. Seriously, this would be a nice place to sit down. Again, another symbol. An unhappy dog. And a little gazebo. And note these stones here, they're underwater. The animals are restless. Okay, and now we have some sort of control panel here. Now you remember that number from the mailbox. Okay. That 7's important. This is one of the first puzzles you encounter in this game, where you must switch the gears. The rules are simple. You can only move a gear to a near and adjacent post. You can't jump over any. And you gotta do it in 7 moves, which it can be done in 7 moves. These kind of puzzles are popular. So we will put that one there. And there you go. White on top, black on bottom. And turning the crank. Ooh, something. Something came out of the water. I'm going to say that was our little bridge. Place your bets, everyone. Oh, look, there they are. Okay, there's gotta be a speaker somewhere. Take notice to this right now, too. And look at that, over in one of the Stonehenge ways, we have our last symbol. And remember how I said that's important? This is your second puzzle. You must turn each of these panels to match the symbol that goes with the color. I mean, that looks like a rainbow. We know that was with black. There we go. Now, let's see. This one's right. That one's right off the bat. Let's go with the green one. No. That's the one. Now this one goes with the one that was on the bench. This one goes with the one that was by the base. And only one symbol left. And once it matches, our way in is open. Circular stairway down. To a lovely door. Nothing in there. Except a little panel with a switch. Okay, so now we go. Left or right, it doesn't matter, they go to the same place anyhow. And if you don't believe me, See? We just went around that hole. To be honest, I don't know what that's going around. Go down the steps. Through another twist and turn. To another door. And we open the door and... sometimes you get bats coming out. Now, either we made a long trip to Egypt, or this is just something to deal with at the museum. On an underground lake. Believe it or not, they had some boats like this, I think, entombed with some of the pharaohs. An Egyptian field. Why do I think there's something more coming? And a dead body. And... judging by this outfit, I'd say he was an archaeologist. In the book Egyptian Hieroglyphics Explained, man, woman, in case you don't know your Egyptian hieroglyphs. Akhenaten. He, this is actually true. He did try and introduce Egypt to monotheistic worship. I believe this is actually accurate there. Cleopatra, that's another one that was real. So hopefully they did do some research on these. Bent Pyramid and the Red Pyramid. The one that's Bent Pyramid, that one, that's an interesting story. Tutankhamun. Amonhotep. Discovered wrapped in flower petals. Oh, that's definitely better than what Imhotep was buried with. If you saw the Brandon Fraser version of the mummy. Ramses. People know that one, I think, from the Bible, too. North, south, west, east. Very important. And we're missing page 17. Somebody vandalized this book. And an odd symbol. We will learn what that is later. Okay, here we are at the boat. And this is apparently a puzzle. You have to lock those controls. And then unlock these. And now, we go forward. Uh-oh. When you play this game yourself, that tune is going to start becoming very familiar to you. Move forward. And there it is, the sound effect. Music means that there's an exupy nearby. The sound effect, the gurgling water, is a sign that the water exupy is nearby. He's going to attack soon. Are you ready? Jump scare time. He got me! And as you can see, that's explained in a little bit. When we catch him, We'll get that back. And it should be duly noted, if you want to look at it that way, that that particular Exupi is very reminiscent of a character from an ABC cartoon, Saturday morning cartoon called Bump in the Night. Looks like the character Squishington. Go ahead and look it up, you'll see that it looks similar. Like either he mellowed out or he got angry when the show was canceled, one of the two. This is very important. Why? You remember the body we saw?
15 long years in this prison. You, get out. Do not meddle in things beyond your understanding. You will pay for your curiosity. You are in grave danger. They are so evil. Already some of your life essence has been stolen. I was too old, not fast enough. The Ixupi are so evil. It is imperative to find all the vessels, because it seems only when they are united with their talismans do they have any power. My plan was to use them on the Ixupi before any more of them escape into the world. I believe they cannot resist the vessels as long as they're with the talismans and you approach directly. This vessel here is of no use to you, however. Its Ixupi is the one who robbed me of my essence. And he has escaped into the world. And they've ruined my museum!
I think the fact that some of them have escaped in the world is more important than them ruining his museum. And that is the symbol of the Exupi that was in there. And now, I think what we will do is we will continue through this and get up to the museum proper. A long, winding tunnel. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And an elevator. And a rather disturbing camera there. It turned to look at me. Alright, take notice of this. This comes important. You will have to get onto an elevator 4 times in this game. Maybe more. And to do it, you must call it in this way. Now the key to this puzzle is to get these symbols going in this direction. You may hit these buttons to move them, but you do not know how many times they will move until you push the button. Go again. Lower left to upper right. That one's only 1. And of course with these blocks here, it won't go anymore. It should also be noted that they change every time. That was only 1 as well. That's good. Oh dear, that's a 2. Alright, put that there. So that'll work, unless that's a 2 as well. Darn it. Okay. That's gonna be a tricky one. And that's a 2 as well. That's really tricky. Okay. Oh, and that's a 1. Okay. There we go. See, it's tricky each time. The way that camera... that camera just worries me. And we go in and press up. It's a short elevator ride, at least. And we will step out of the elevator, and next time I think we will make our way into the museum, at least into his office. Very beautiful music now. A shame that the office is a bit of a shambles. I'm going to save right there. And you enjoy? Next time we'll go into the office and pretty much areas that are not necessarily on any museum tour. Take care.